Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Assassin's Creed. So, both the of our captors have been called away. I could go to bed, but that would be a mistake. Definitely. Let's see. Is there anything more I can do in here before I sneak back out of my room? Uh, we now know that the modern day assassins are coming to save me. For some reason, not that I've been able to actually save myself or do anything. Apparently, I don't have the ability just to leave the building, though. One would assume what you try to do here, even though this is like a big place, is see if you could get out on the window sill. You have all these cameras looking at you, though, but they don't seem to catch you when you wander around. So, that's a question, too. Let's interact with the email now that we had the password. So we must have stolen the password and then given back the things. Let's see. What have we read? I think we've done this. Alright, we read that one, so maybe we haven't read this one. I'm sorry, but I'm not authorized to discuss employee regarding the departure from the company. No, we already read that. She killed herself, we already read that. Let's look in the outbox. I was hoping you might be able to understand why 5 years ago after the fact. No one is willing to tell me what happened to my friend. So she's looking for a friend. But we've already read all of that backstory. Just dialogue without voice acting there. Can we interact with his computer now? So notice we can take control. You go from playing as Desmond here to playing as somebody who's watching through the uh, through the eyes of the camera, and it's weird. It's almost like just as Desmond is playing Altair, we are playing Desmond, and maybe we are playing somebody who is playing Desmond who's playing Altair. If they did anything impactful with the story, spoiler alert, they don't. That would be an interesting twist. Okay. News wire service from Abstergo Wire Services daily headline. Hurricane season ends, but not in the way you think. Increasing erratic weather patterns have caused the Global Weather Association to abolish the term hurricane season. Once confined to the months of June and November, hurricane duration, frequency, strength, and location have increased to the point where most coastal cities now live in constant fear of these devastating storms. Abstergo's satellite launch postponed, citing last-minute adjustments to their all-in-one telecommunications satellite. Abstergo has postponed their launch of the first satellite until December 21st. They maintain that their patented technology will allow faster, more reliable data transmission than previous generation satellites, which suffered from delays and interference. So there is something interesting about the weather that's going on, but it doesn't get paid off for like 5 games. I guess I should just spoil it since this game is so old. The world is ending, basically because of a solar flare or solar event of some kind, and it's not like anybody caused it. It's just happening, and they're Abstergo's probably trying to cover it up or stop it in some way. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to speed it along. Tension mounts over Atlantic drilling. U.S. and EU are once again facing heavy criticism in their decision to begin construction of jointly owned oil platforms in the Weddell Sea. Several supplementary unions oppose the work, claiming it violates the Antarctic Treaty System. The situation has been further complicated by the presence of two naval destroyers said to be in the region for reasons unrelated to the construction. So we know that the US and the European Union exist in this world. That's all you really get. Alright, Alan Riddick, case file 1394, Leela Marina. You told me she wasn't going to be a problem, and here she is stirring up the shit again. Deal with this, Warren. You vouch for her. You're responsible for her. Re... And we'll return, and I'll be... It's a phone number extension there. We could call Aubrey Jacobs if we wanted to. Help me understand what... See, so Leela here was trying to talk to Alan Ritkin about that, and that was the last thing she sent. And Alan Ritkin just emailed Vidic here and told her to get her to quit asking questions. Nothing, get back to work. Pin, about his pin, we already read that. And then there's a couple deleted ones. Sender unknown and classified information. As a general reminder, all employees are prohibited from discussing anything ever, basically. And then, I know what you're doing. I know what you did. I saw him. He had a metal ball. It opened. They went crazy. Shooting, stabbing, tore each other to pieces. I know it was you people. Saw the logo, heard the name. I'm going to tell anyone who will listen. You'll be exposed. That they'll know the truth, and then you will pay. You crazy bastards, you will pay. Okay, that's sort of spoilish for kind of the second game. There's some setup for the second game. There's a pretty heavy setup at the end of this game for the second game that is kind of undeserved because it makes this game really feel like it's half a game, and it really is in a lot of ways. 10-hour AAA game cost $60, I'm sure, when it came out. Although this is an old enough game where it might have been 55 or 50, but can I open this door? Nope. So the only thing I could do is Vidic's emails, and one would assume you can't just interact yourself. Can you? No, the memory is locked. So we have like these extra memories that I won't be getting. How come I have two of them? I got all the assassin's flags from my stuff, and I got all the viewpoints within the kingdom. So we can see the next section of the game is going to be 2, and then 1, and then this part, maybe its own separate thing. And we've done everything up to here, so we could go back and redo things, but there's no other way of interacting with it. We cannot unlock the next section. That would be ideal. Get the information before anybody else could. No, this is just a computer. We have already done that. There's nobody in here. So they went to like a different place to have a conversation for some reason. What's the point of having so many cameras and then nobody reporting back my activities? Just, it makes no sense at all. Oh well. I guess I have to sleep. So that's 10 minutes of just wandering around and getting some dumb backstory, and that's about it. The following morning. None of it really matters anything. Even in the second game, all the story that happens
this
in
morning,
the present
Doc.
time
Get in the Animus.
doesn't make any sense. It is just kind of pointless. I guess over the next couple of games it slowly gets trickled out and cut out of the main story, but even by the second
Lie
one,
down, Desmond.
it doesn't matter. Here we go. Let's get into the next memory section. Now that everybody's ready. Why are they all wearing the same?
Time and enter your memory, Mr. Miles.
Why are they wearing the same clothes? That's a good question.
Countering a strong attack will leave your enemy vulnerable.
Come in, Altair. I trust you're well rested? Ready for your remaining trials?
I am, but I'd speak with you first. I have questions.
Ask then. I'll do my best to answer.
The merchant king of Damas murdered the nobles who ruled his city. Majd-ad-Din in Jerusalem used fear to force his people into submission. I suspect William meant to murder Richard and hold Akka with his troops. These men were meant to aid their leaders. Instead, they chose to betray them. What I do not understand is why.
Is the answer not obvious? The Templars desire control. Each man, as you've noted, wanted to claim their cities in the Templar name, that the Templars themselves might rule the Holy Land
He's
and
holding the ball,
eventually
by
beyond.
the way, silver ball.
But they cannot succeed
It was
in their
talked
mission.
about.
Why is that?
Kind of the first opportunity
Their plans
for
depend
me
upon the Templar treasure,
have
the
that,
piece of Eden.
to see this.
But we hold it now, and they cannot hope to achieve their goals without it.
What is this treasure?
It is temptation.
It's just a piece of silver.
Look at it.
What am I supposed to see?
This piece of silver cast out Adam and Eve. It turned staves into snakes, parted and closed the Red Sea. Ares used it to start the Trojan War, and with it a poor carpenter turned water into wine.
It seems rather plain for all the power you claim it has. How does it work?
He who holds it commands the hearts and minds of whoever looks upon it, whoever tastes of it, as they say.
Then Gagne's men?
An experiment. Herbs used to simulate its effects, to be ready for when they held it.
Talel supplied them. Tamir equipped them. They were preparing for something. But what?
War.
And the others, the men who ruled the cities, they meant to gather up their people, make them like Gagne's men.
The perfect citizens, the perfect soldiers, a perfect world.
Robert de Sable must never have this back.
So long as he and his brothers live, they will try.
Then they must be destroyed.
Which is what I've had you doing. There are two more Templars who require your attention. One in Akka, known as Sibran. One in Damas, called Jubair. Visit with the Bureau leaders. They'll instruct you further.
As you wish.
Be quick about it. No doubt Robert de Sable is made nervous by our continued success. His remaining followers will do their best to expose you. They know you come, the man in the white hood. They'll be looking for you.
They won't find me.
So why
But
doesn't
a
he
blade in the
change his
crowd.
clothes?
Here, my gift to you, in gratitude for the good work you've done.
I've got a stronger sword, I believe. Good. Defense break. You can now practice on that in the courtyard. Cool. Notice the piece of Eden, the apple, is gone. Synchronization rank 7. One more synchronization rank or life will be at max. And we're not really close enough to the end of the game for that to be the case. So they gave us some extra. I assume we'll go to Akkar before we go to Damascus, but maybe not. I'll have to check the memories. So, that was supposed to be like the big reveal of the plot right there. And one of the main problems is every single one of these 3rd century people have 3rd century names in the middle of Israel or Jerusalem or whatever the place would be called at the time. Uh, so trying to follow that story, that conversation, and not have pictures of the people we assassinated, so we know which of the many targets that we have assassinated we were talking about, or have any reference there. If he'd called one of them, like, if one of them was called Sayer the Doctor, and then he said Sayer the Doctor, like that would make more sense. I know there was a doctor. Was his name Sayer? Probably not. Almost certainly not, because I just made up that name in my head. But, or at least I think I did. But yeah, this whole conversation doesn't even fully explain what their plot is. They're supposed to use this piece of Eden, and all their other actions are going to turn all three of those cities into a just standing army of every single citizen willing, able, and ready to fight against, in a war against who? Who are they fighting against? The assassins? Or I don't know.
Altair, it seems my students do not fully
just
understand
so
what it is to
confusing.
wield the blade. Perhaps you could show them what you know.
Maybe I'm just personally being confused there, but it seems very, very not well explained. Press X right after a step to break your enemy's defense. So. Press X right after a step. So it's not just tapping X. It's gotta be step X. Step X. That feels like it's doing it, but it's not indicating that that's working. 1, 2. That's too much. Oh no, because it's A then X.
Perfect.
Step, not as actually stepping with your feet, step as in A button and X. So maybe I can do something like that.
The work of a master.
And then,
And that, my students,
there we go.
is how we all should fight.
So maybe I'll stop, I can use this technique now to stop wasting so much time.
You must be busy. I understand. Focus on your target.
So let's look at the memory.
Nothing.
Memory log. First one is Akar. We have 2 more guys to assassinate. There's no reason to go through the kingdom. There's no reason to go to Jerusalem, and I'm in Massif, and there's no reason to go anywhere there. So I could go to the outskirt, sure, but it doesn't even make sense to do that. You might as well just start at the bureau. It saves you so much
Take your
time.
When moving slowly.
So we'll look at the map here. Now, it would be a mistake to walk right in here. I assume if we did that, let's see. 3 investigations needed to access the assassination memory. So if I go here and just talk to him, he'll say something different. won't he?
Greetings, Altair. What news?
Al-Muallim has named another. Calls himself Sabrand.
I am familiar with the man. Newly appointed leader of the Knights Teutonic, he resides in the Venetian Quarter and runs Akka's port.
I'll start my work at once.
Here are the places where you should focus your search. On the docks east of here, among the ships and their crews. At the chapel to the northeast, near the cross overlooking the port. And to the north, in front of St. John's Gate.
This is most helpful. My thanks for the guidance.
Altair,
Yes, Rafiq.
I owe you an apology.
For what?
For doubting your dedication to our cause.
No, it was I who erred. I believe myself above the creed. You owe me nothing.
As you
Why
wish,
is
my
he
friend.
becoming more humble now?
Go in safety.
It seems so ridiculous that Altair's attitude would change at all, because he was just depicted as kind of this self-assured, righteous jerk from the beginning of the game and hasn't interacted or done or learned anything that should really change that. So I believe we start here on the outskirts. So it would have been literally running through all of the kingdom, all of my stuff, all of this outskirts, getting the scholars here, using the scholars to come in here, or just fighting my way in here, running all the way here to just have to go here. And we have learned something new too, is that throughout this game I could have been going to the bureau at the very beginning and learning suggestions. Small suggestions, just dialogue suggestions. Nothing showed up on the map to point us in the directions that that he was talking about. And that kind of makes the suggestions less than helpful, because if you were just lost and he's saying go to the east and the north and the west, I mean, that's pretty wide range of areas you could search, or go in front of a place that I'm not sure exactly where it is. That's not helpful for those who are completely truly lost and trying to figure out what they're supposed to do, although there's really no reason why anybody in this...
Heathen! You'll die!
There we go. So, get the sword out. I can synchronize right now. Let's go and synchronize while we're fighting. He just stands there. I put the sword away. Of course, it certainly made me pay for that silliness. I need to do 3 more things and I'll have a full health. So here's a citizen in peril. Here's an informer rooftop race challenge. Here's another synchronization. I guess let's start by finding where that leap of faith. We haven't done that many leaps of faith. This district is almost certainly going to be more guarded than any of the others by far. Look, people are suspicious of me already. There's a flag. Not trying to collect the flags.
This place is restricted. Be gone! Dear God! An assassin!
Must be anonymous. Let's see, where can I anonymize myself? Right up here. It's no coincidence that almost every time I have had to make myself anonymous, it was by jumping on the rooftop hidden hiding spaces. It's never sitting down at a bench at the bottom. Those are just pointless.
I hear you're looking for information on Sibran.
You're never down on the
Karam's
ground.
found something you'd probably find useful. Best track him down if you want it.
Reach the informer using the rooftops. Okay, well, let's see. Where is he? I've got a minute left.
Der ist ein toter Mann, wenn sich erneut hier zeigt.
Does he really?
Where's this guy?
today only, I've decided to reduce prices on everything. Come, come!
Come on. Where is this guy? Where is he? I have like no clue if I'm even going in the right way. 30 seconds. I'm obviously not doing the right thing. Well,
Safety and peace, brother.
I guess
I've
I
been
worked.
looking everywhere for you. I stole this letter earlier today. Read it over. Hopefully it'll be of use.
Well, I feel very dissatisfied with that quest in particular. It's just like, just get there. Doesn't matter if you do it right or wrong. Doesn't matter if you had even a clue what the rooftop path you were supposed to take was. Just do it. Don't worry, the game will let you win no matter what. This is baby mode. Remember, this game had no difficulty settings. None. You didn't get a choice. Couldn't have made it more difficult. Couldn't have made it easier. So for me to be upset with a game for really just letting me win goes to say there's some problems here. A couple problems. One, that the game was probably programmed and made to let you win because it wasn't programmed or made correctly, that they ran out of time, didn't spend enough effort on polishing that aspect of the game. And two, that they didn't test it enough. They simply did not play test the game enough, or listen to the playtesters. I guess might also be very possible, if not more likely. Because I'm sure a playtester would have said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that. At least one of them. If you had 100 people play that game, play that mission a few times.
No, please, don't leave like this. Just a few coins, please.
All these guys look like they are full on Templars now. But they're not the Templars, they're just different set of guards.
No, you don't understand. I'm poor, sir.
Is now under the jurisdiction of Master Zebran, exalted leader of the Knights Teutonic. All crew members are to be turned over to the order for
Listen to the music here. It's pretty good. Like a Gregorian chant or something.
Must be cleared of crew and cargo. Captains are to present themselves to a representative from the Teutonic
Right
Order
in front of a
on the
special
assignment.
cross,
Any
in front of
attempt
the
to maintain
harbor,
possession of a claimed
which
vessel
isn't very
will be
detailed right
punished
now.
severely.
And he's not saying anything, as far as I can tell, that's of any actual use. I don't think he said a single thing. He's just finishing a speech that he's been pre-programmed to start and finish once you lock on. It's really just the things he was saying anyways. They could have programmed it so much better so that as soon as you locked on, you would finish the speech, then walk off. In fact, you could probably have just had them finish the speech, walk off, and then wherever you find them, then lock on. That'd be fine.
A few coins, all I ask for is but a few coins.
This guy.
Turn around and go away.
Coins. I need food. I'm so hungry. Just a little money, I beg of you. I beg of you.
Well, right in
sir, I
front
beg
of all
you,
these
just a few
guards.
coins, please.
Now I need you.
Leave me
Please, sir,
alone.
have any
women.
money?
There you go. Work your way into an alleyway. There's a lot of the knife throwers around here, so that makes me feel like they're gonna get into a fist fight with me. Just, you can kind of see a ton of them. Is he guards walking around too. Interrogations are harder than assassinations apparently. Just on the fact that you need to be alone for long enough to get some information out of him. And I'm just walking right up to this guy and bumping him. If he was a real person, you'd be like, why is this guy following me? Why is he bumping into me? You'd start running. Which is something we haven't seen except for the assassinations in the first game. A lot of features get added, oh, even in the second game, I'm pretty sure. It's really a night and day situation. Wow. I'm in red now, it's even worse. Just for like the second game. By the time they make the third game, which is technically actually been major release, they've added so much stuff.
It's not my fault. I'm only following orders. If you want your ship back, speak with the court.
That's not what I'm after.
Then what?
Sabrand's claimed near 100 ships. For what purpose?
A blockade. They're to sail for open water and establish a perimeter.
For what? Does Salah ad-Din intend to strike from sea?
No, it's not he we defend against, but ships from home, to deny Richard more troops.
Why would one of Richard's own want to see him weakened in this way?
Because he's a Templar.
Ask Sibran. They're his orders. I'm just meant to carry them out. Now, please, let me go. I've told you all I know.
I'm sorry. I cannot risk you telling him I'm here.
Hear ye! For today only, I've decided to reduce prices on everything.
Alright, next sync.
I'm catching up to you!
Immediately caught. I don't think I saw the little clip though. Maybe these guys are faster. They feel faster. There's a glyph. I suppose I could just hide in that hide spot right there. But once you synchronize, you can do a leap of faith into a bale, and then you're hiding too. This area is a little bit taller. It's more built up. It feels like it's more along the lines of a 4 or 5 story building. Are we in the rich district? Actually, it's the middle district. Oddly enough. So we're gonna have to go all the way this way to get to this viewpoint, and that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge considering our tendency to die in water. So there's like a guy right here standing in the air.
No, please, don't leave like this. Just a few coins, please.
Out of the way. Have to hit the right trigger to give him the elbow. So I'm climbing up to climb back down. A consistent issue in this game. I don't feel like you suffer in future versions of this, of Assassin's Creed, as much for that instance. Feels like they figured out ways where you could have big cities but have it more open. Where is this citizen in peril? As we're seeing the different levels, I hear them saying help. I'm simply just not seeing it.
Maudit voleur! Je te ferai trancher la main!
Why are you so cruel? What have I done wrong?
Did I? Ah, there they are.
Tu paieras cher pour tes crimes!
Please, do something.
Weha!
He just killed someone!
Mourir!
Quick while he's turning around. Hit that guy. And again while he's still off balance. Ah, the step break does seem to work. Although you are a little bit in between two different techniques
You saved me. All the
of
city will know of
doing
your
the
sacrifice.
counter and the step break. But that's good. And we can see there's only 7 citizens to be saved at all. There's a little bit of a tongue twister. 7 citizens to be saved. They've even reduced it for this final time in Acre. Acre. I'm just gonna call it what I'm gonna call it. Hey, and we are now at full health. So we will see if the game decides to still count past this. Alright. Can I make it here? So this is a little puzzle, but we can notice this guy is like totally drunk, so he will try and push me. So I don't want to get too close to him. Here we go. Ah! Seriously, game. What ridiculousness is that?
Freed to block your pursuit.
And the loading is not good enough for this. It really isn't. It's too slow. I have an SSD and it's just the engine itself. It takes too long to load. That's the problem. It's a real shame about computer games and programs in general. You would think that you could just throw enough power, a 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old computer that's 2 or 3, 4, 5 years newer, and it would just all of a sudden work perfectly. It would have no bugs. It would load instantaneously, and simply, it's just not the case. You'd think it was the case, but there's hard-coded limiting factors programmed to always, just like the game's programmed to always go to a loading screen, even if it's not necessary. Up. Why'd I get the ding ding ding?
Stop him!
Wow, I went from completely unseen to suspicious. Interesting little ledges there. Just keep on climbing up. So we are in like a, this is a lighthouse. Climb up on that one rock. We can see that one rock. Why can't I get any higher? I see 2 more rocks. Why can't I get any higher? I mean, and that has to be it, right? Maybe these rocks on this side are the right way. Apparently they were. Then a ring, and then this, and then more. So we'll synchronize. Leap of faith into a hay bale, into a ship. And yes, it is giving us one of 15 other objectives to do to upgrade something. What that something is, I do not know. This is a nightmare of an area. There's literally nothing wrong with this area other than the fact that the game kills you as soon as you hit water. But because it does kill you when you hit water, and now we've got drunks on the pier instead of crazy people on the pier, seems kind of like that was dumbly added. So there's a Templar that doesn't see me, so I'm just gonna leave him alone.
He must not be of sound mind.
Look at that. They're saying I'm not of sound mind because I climbed a little pile of rubble.
Why are you so cruel? What have I done wrong?
Voleur, tu paieras cher pour tes crimes.
Please help me. Anyone.
Anyone you say? How about me?
Que le Seigneur ait pitié de ton âme.
This one's getting in trouble. Solve that one. That's what I call solving problems. Not killing people, just solving problems. Another solution for the pile.
God only knows what foul deeds those men intended to commit. Good of you to arrive when you did, stranger. I'll see to it that my husband hears of your bravery.
No citizen saved.
Murderer! God! He's a murderer! Who's responsible for this?
So we get another sync bar done. Let's just walk up here.
Hear ye! For today only,
What happened here?
I decided to reduce prices on everything.
Right. Next area is over here. I think the layout of the quests are done in such a way that the 3 you would have immediately are going to point you to the other 3 you can do. That would be the right way to do it, certainly. Make it very easy to get distracted if you want to, and kind of difficult to know that the 3 that were all unlocked at first. I'm close enough to this, I'll just go this way and save the citizen in peril.
Why is he doing that? Leave this place! Maudit voleur! Je te ferai trancher la main!
Someone do something. Please help me. Anyone.
Bandit! J'aurai ta peau!
Calling them down, they just sit there and wait for me to get back up. I think anytime you knock them down, they need to die immediately. There's no reason why they should have the same abilities as a master assassin to get back up off the ground. And when he gets knocked down, he should be able to get back off the ground quickly, very quickly. I remember thinking this was kind of bloody when I first played the game, and I guess it is, but by 2016 standards of bloody games, it's really nothing. Got a flag, didn't mean to. I just don't want to play with the elements of this game. I don't want to have to hide. I don't want to have to reset things. I don't want to have to sit here and just twiddle my thumbs. I want to have to play with the map to realize that because of the way the pattern of the rooftops are, I'm actually closer to one area than the other.
You've no reason to be here. Leave now.
You're right.
Over here! Assassin! Kill him!
Apparently he saw me kill the other guy. Oh well. Is this the right place to be climbing for this building? There's some shocking, like, lack of ledges in some areas. You'll have to climb around a very big building. Yeah, I'm having to climb on the side here to get to the top, that's fine. And this is, I believe, like the 4th or 5th time we've gotten on top of a cross to synchronize. Of course, there was a purge. I think there was only one time we've seen where it's actually been a scenario where you actually had to be on top of the cross. So I'll just hop out here. This. I thought I might even get 2 assassinations. Stealth kills. Are they called stealth kills or are they called assassinations? I think they're called stealth kills. They are in the games. I tell you, going back to this game after maybe as much as 3 years of not playing any Assassin's Creed was the right move for me. I would have had
anytime soon either.
I would have had a much worse experience with this game had I just played a modern Assassin's Creed. This game would be so deficient in comparison to its sequels. What are we trying to reach? There's a second point up here, we'll take this.
Move! Out of my way! You're done for! Just give up!
I'm done for apparently, I need to give up. Never give up, never surrender. You get into these weird races when you're first in an area where it's like, oh, I'll just get spotted, I'll synchronize, I'll hop to a hill, I'll leap of faith to a hay bale. That'll return my anonymity, and then you immediately lose it again. Let's do an eavesdrop while we're here.
Why would anyone want to do that?
Where is this eavesdrop? Is this where I'm supposed to go?
I beg of you,
Yep.
sir, I beg of you, just a few coins, please. I need food. I'm so hungry.
Nope.
Just a money, I beg of you.
That guy.
No, you don't understand.
It's
I
getting
can't,
worse.
sir. I need the money.
His paranoia knows no bounds.
He's doubled our shifts. No one sleeps.
Money, sir.
Wasn't so bad till he decided to make the port his home.
He's planning something at sea. That's why he came here.
Planning what? What's the meaning of this? Two of you off in a corner, whispering, plotting?
Look, there's the guy we're gonna assassinate.
Only what? What secrets are you keeping?
You misunderstand.
Damned assassins, they're probably here right now, watching us. Do you find this amusing?
It's true.
Do you? Pull off while you can.
Money, sir.
Double the patrols.
Which ones?
All of them!
But we don't have the men.
Find them! Recall our knights from the field if you must.
Haltet eure Augen offen. Wird bestimmt wiederkommen.
Took a while for them to decide they were done with that scene. That's a pretty funny scene. It's shot and visually depicted horribly because the camera should be like right on top of them, and you should sneakily have Altair just like standing in the corner, and the camera would just slyly look at him and show that he's listening, and it should just be a specific spot, like they were standing right up there. So if he could just sit here and then hit a button and then go into a cutscene, that would have been a lot better with the camera closer, more on the faces. But they want to do everything in engine, and the engine at the time was impressive. Now it's starting to show its age. It's definitely showing its age. A little bit of comedy there. Them saying the assassins are probably here right now, and you're an assassin right there, right now.
Leave now, or I'll make you leave.
ردوها علي.
Step this, hit him. Hit this guy. These guys are really armed. And it does make it feel like they're a little bit more difficult to defeat. Attack. Counter that guy. Get this guy. Get this guy. See how the game just gets tired of it? Obviously that's like a quick fix they put into the game. At the end. Debugging. Where they just probably stop the characters from deflecting your attacks at all after a certain point. Or maybe I am getting into some kind of weird like combo that I just don't recognize in my own actions. That I somehow am being more successful than I realize. Even if that is the case, that's just an indicator of a really poorly made combo. If you can play for instance, like a fighting game. Big fighting games have combo systems. If you could play that just by mashing a bunch of buttons, you probably have like Smash Bros, which is fine for a Nintendo game, particularly since Nintendo controllers typically don't make as much use of as many buttons as other console games. But that wouldn't be the game for me. I would not be happy with that. Just smashing buttons and winning and getting combos that I didn't believe. Although, having said that, when I was younger, I did enjoy Smash Bros. And I probably would still have some fun on it. I just wouldn't feel like I really deserved the victories I was getting. I would more just take it for what it was and say, oh, this game is going to let me win no matter what I do, so I can just smash buttons. And I've even gotten kind of away from that mentality and even wanting to smash buttons, since my fingers have developed arthritis to some extent, and smashing on controllers makes them hurt. I'd much prefer the precise, plotted, thought-out control.
You! Yes, you. I recognize those robes. Stay your blade, I mean you no harm. It's your help I need. I've crossed a man, and now he seeks my life. The details are unimportant, just know that he deserved it. See me safely to the city gates, and I'll make it worth your while.
I escort this guy to safety. This will be our last quest for this recording. It's taken about an hour to get, I think, about halfway through this one assassination. Why is that the case? It feels probably that that's the case because of just the massive increase in density of guards. Instead of fighting 3 guards every time, you're now getting 6, 7, 8, and they're stronger on top of it. So they're trying to ramp up the difficulty here. They're succeeding in ramping up the difficulty, but I don't think they're doing it in a way I want to see. I think this guy's just running away. Interesting. That is weird. The game just decides, nah, he's just gonna run away. Just put your sword away. He'll be fine. Now, if I get discovered at the wrong place, I think.
Deal with them assassins!
Like, I can't stealth kill him with these guys. That combo in there. Keep on walking. Now, is there a point in following this guy as we escort quest him? Does it show us more of the area? I suppose, but not in a dynamic enough fashion that I'm actually looking around. Does it walk us to things that would be revealed on the map? No, because the map system doesn't work that way. It's either on the map because you synchronized, or it's not there at all.
Excellent. I should be safe now.
Does it get you near Templars or flags?
Here you are.
Not
this
really.
Map has served me well in the past. Hopefully,
like,
it
once
will do the same
it
for you.
has. One of the 4 or 5 of these escort quests, you've walked by some Templar, maybe not even intentionally. Right. One would think I should go here, I guess. We'll go here, do this thing, we need to go here and do this. Let's take a moment to look at our memory. Oh yeah, so there's 2 assassinations. We have this one, and this one. So that's 2 more of these, and then this and this, and we'll do the assassination. We have 2 more places to synchronize and 2 more citizens to save. So we'll probably get that done in the next recording, and then even make a couple bits of progress here. And hopefully in the next 2 recordings we can get all of this story done. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.